Alright, we should be back up. How unfortunate. Alright, I guess we are going... What are we gonna do now? I have no idea.
What can I do for you? What have you?
Kind of would like to go back to level 1 and do that samurai challenge. Swear to God, that camera, the camera bug. Does anyone else? Jerk is going to interpret it wrong. Jolt. Vanilla fixes, hey? Vanilla fixes. Maybe smart pivot. I'm gonna turn off smart pivot and see if that fixes anything. Now let's see how well we do here. The drop rate on these jungle remedies has been absolutely trash, so I don't expect it to be improved at all. Well, we've got one straight away, so that's a good place to start. Oh wow, how many are there? Nice. Can you pull aggro, please? Thank you. Oh my god. Damn, that's actually sick. I mean, boots with a built-in fucking sprint. That's amazing. I mean, I would love for this guy to give me Mark of the Wild. Maybe if I trade him a potion, he'll give me Mark of the Wild. It's a worthy trade in my opinion. And they're spawning back in. Let me trade him. Where are you, bro? He may not want it, but like I'm gonna try and trade him for it anyway. God, cats are fucking strong. It's actually kind of ridiculous. Did you hear about the security breaches in OctoWoW? No, nobody's really said anything on the Discord or anything like that. Not that I've seen. No one's mentioned it in the world chat either. The launcher and the game itself has two interesting permissions granted, both marked as malware trojans, clipboard access and camera access. Yeah, I saw some rumors about that. When I scanned it in my VM, it was completely fine. There was nothing untoward or anything like that. But if people aren't comfortable playing it, I completely understand, and I would never try and force anyone to play it. I mean, the alternative is Capycraft, which is run by the Chinese, so I guess it's sort of like the devil you know or the devil you don't. Well, lucky I don't have any crypto then. But yeah, if people aren't comfortable playing it, then by all means they should probably avoid it. But, you know, I recommend everyone do their own due diligence. It's sort of like, just because if you're into torrenting or something like that, just because a file has a lot of seeders doesn't necessarily mean it's guaranteed to be 100% safe. There's two workarounds for those two shady permissions. One, don't use crypto, not even for the cash shop in Octo. Two, don't have a camera lol. Well, that's too bad. About the camera one, that like defeats the purpose of streaming. Although I do have it set up in my OBS that it only shows it can only use my camera when I'm in the OBS, so that's probably one of the ways around that particular thing. That it's, yeah. Again, like if people aren't comfortable playing it, they probably shouldn't. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've already, like, my face is already out there. I'm already streaming, you know what I mean? The damage has already been done long before any if anyone using these, like my camera access, wants to do anything with my face, they could have already done it many, many years ago, you know what I'm saying? But still, thanks for bringing it to people's attention in the chat. I wonder if they'll use that blackmail thing on people, catch them on their nighttime activities on that orange site, and then blackmail them with the footage. I don't know, man. Maybe. You'd have to be pretty, like, after stream, I just turned my camera off anyway, so there's no way they can literally use the camera with it powered off and unplugged, you know what I'm saying? It's like physically impossible if it has no power going to it, like through my dummy battery. What's that orange side anyway? Oh, I think I know what you're talking about now. Fuck's sake. Okay, I'm gonna turn that off. Let's go. Let me know if the music is too loud. I'm gonna have it. Did you hear C+ leaks from a NDA person? No. No, I did not. Look, I'm not gonna lie, when there's been drama on like the Discord, I've kind of done my best to avoid it, really. Not saying that that's necessarily drama, but anything within that realm. Fuck it, I'm gonna get rid of the fake leaf. Whoops. Serpent stung twice. Supposedly C+ is stealing a lot of WoW content. Jesus. Unlucky. Oh, you mean Classic Plus leaks? I thought you were talking about like the coding or something like that. You mean the Classic Plus leaks for like official? I wouldn't be surprised, bro. I would not be surprised. Like, I don't trust Blizzard. Like, if it was left entirely up to Blizzard, I could almost guarantee you they would do fuck all with Classic Plus, the bare fucking minimum. But if they're just gonna pull from like, if they're literally, all they're doing is gonna pull from what OctoWoW have done, well, it's minimum effort. Maximum reward for minimum effort. Supposedly in the leak, each of the streamers had red herring info given, so if it does leak, they know who did it. Interesting. Don't be surprised when Blizzard do the absolute bare minimum and market it as this like revelatory experience. Mostly they knock them down collectively: Red Herring, Soda, Savage, Zaru, S-Fan, Guzu. I'm not like, look, despite the fact that I stream, I'm not really part of the streaming culture or anything like that. I just like do my own thing over in my own little bubble. Like, although like, I know who Soda and Zyru are, but like, I'm really not part of the fucking world or anything like that. I know very little about these people. Which is a blessing and a curse, depending on how you look at it. Like, I've always found it funny because, like, my wife is, like, she's, like, she tells me, because she's a streamer as well, she tells me about these, like, the streaming dramas and the sagas that are happening, and I'm like, babe, I do not know any of these people. Like, I don't know, fucking, there was this one guy and this one chick, and they, I don't know, they did OF or something like that. They top 5 streamers, basically. Yeah, I know, like, Zyro and Soda Poppin are the big WoW streamers, and Asmon used to be one of them. But I don't know a whole lot. And their NDA expires September 1st, BlizzCon on September 13th. Interesting. So they'll be allowed to talk about it post September the 1st. Miles, it sure is. You reckon? Chat, is the music too loud? Because if it is, I will fucking turn it down. It's Disentomb, by the way. They're a sick Aussie brutal death metal band. I saw them live in 2024. They opened for Sanguis Sugarbog. And they played with another sick Aussie band, Elga Mortis. Okay, I'll turn it down. Is that any better? In the leak, it was said cross-faction dungeons, alliance shamans, horde paladins, and potentially a necromancer class. See? Bare fucking minimum. Baylor was there, that's where I get the TWoW info. Huh. Each content season is 3 to 9 months, they said. I fucking told people weeks ago that if Blizzard did, like if Blizzard do a Classic Plus, and I know they haven't confirmed it yet, but we all fucking know they're working on it, that they're not gonna do any new they're not gonna do any new races. They're going to do the bare minimum. So my prediction was that what they would do was that they were going to implement a Death Knight class. Because a lot of those abilities and all of that are already in the files. But no new races, bare minimum amount of like new areas. I think they'll do some new quests because like they can fucking throw that through AI or something. Dude, the drop rate on this jungle remedy is a joke. I'm gonna be here for the next century. Watch Classic Plus and Wrath of the Lich King, and he come out at the same time. What a joke. I'm gonna get rid of Mystery Meat. Oh no. I just want a fresh era and a fresh Wrath of the Lich King after. So are you playing are you playing like official servers right now? You know what I love about Disentomb? They fucking remind me of Disgorge. And I love Disgorge. I have like 2 Disgorge t-shirts. I've got a vintage Disgorge t-shirt as well. That's like one of my prized band shirts. Yeah, error and sod only. I'm not a fan of TBC. Outland is dumb. No, fair enough, man. Do you, as somebody that pays for World of Warcraft, do you believe that Blizzard had the ability to actually release good classic content that's new, that's fresh? Or are you more like realistic about it? Like what's your take on that as somebody that pays for your particular experience? Especially after recently finishing Warcraft 3, why the fuck are we going after Illidan? If they hire you. Alright, Blizzard, if you're listening, hire this man. I'd single-handedly fix WoW, classic at least. Yeah, I'm sort of like, I don't give a shit about fucking, yeah, I don't give a shit about retail. Fuck retail. I'm gonna fucking get rid of that. I don't need, what was that? Healing 180 damage, there's no point. And then, yeah, nothing else. Metzen left in 2016, then Blizzard dropped the 3 worst X packs of all time. That's Blizzard for you. I didn't hate Battle for Azeroth. But that was like the last time I felt like the factions meant anything. Like nowadays the factions are meaningless. Like I just think the factions are silly. There's no point even having them anymore. The way that Blizzard handles them, there's no point having them anymore. Oof, and that was after buying the expansion as well. What's the latest expansion? Midnight? That's the first expansion I haven't bought. Because I swore I wouldn't pay for WoW again, but when Classic Plus releases, the official one at least, I may have a squiz. Retail has AI raids and dungeons now, also cross-faction dungeons and raids. Well, yeah, AI? Fuck that noise. That right there would make me cancel my fucking sub. Oh my god, we're finished. Holy shit. Yeah, fuck that. At least when you pay for your sub, you get access to Classic. hand this shit in. The Wrath, the War Within, Midnight, and The Last Titan are the 3 expansions that Metzen has to fix the story. He announced 3 aspects of how bad they ruined shit. It's a 3-step lore fix. I'll come back after TLT. I think it, honestly, mate, I think it's gonna take a lot more than 3 expansions to fix what Blizzard have done with a fucking story. Let me tell you like that. Like the new shit with the Arathi Highlands and stuff was absolutely embarrassing. Illidan coming back would be based. I just don't have the fucking space for any of this shit. Empty vials because I can buy them. Okay. Honestly, mate, I don't know what it would take for me to come back to official. I really don't know what it would take. That was fucking horrible, mate. That was laughable. That was laughable. Like, I'm okay with Khadgar being in a wheelchair, but just stick him in a regular one. People would have a less of an issue. I don't know, man. Like, I don't like talking about retail simply because I know it's hard for me to avoid negativity when talking about retail. Because I know there are a lot of people out there that do fucking love retail, and like, I'm glad they love it. Like, I'm not going to try and take it away from them. Classic is dope because final boss is Kel'Thuzad, the granddaddy Lich Lord. Yeah, that's because that shit was cool. See, I'm super nostalgic about Naxx because I started playing before Naxx dropped. In like, when did Naxx drop? 2006? Yeah, it peaked at Wrath. I played Cataclysm, but I nowhere near to the level I did with Wrath though, simply because I hated what they did with the world. Legion was based. I didn't fucking hate Battle for Azeroth. Shadowlands, Shadowlands was overrated. Like, people like fucking talk about Shadowlands like it's the GOAT expansion. I'm like, you fucking joking? It's the drizzling shits. Dragonflight was okay. If I was head of classic department, my first step would be this. Alright, drop it. Drop it. Let's see how elite this bowl knowledge is. One mega server for era, PvP, RP, hardcore toggle on, character creation, gives the title Iron Man. No more layering whatsoever. Yeah, fuck layering off. The server would be called Naxxramas. Base name as well. Let's see if Voltros is up. I don't think she will be. So far, so good, mate. Don't hate that so far. One mega server for TBC, same as above, server name Black Temple. Makes sense. Look, I will say, how they don't have one classic server, one fucking BC server, and then one Wrath of the Lich King server currently blows my fucking blows my fucking mind. I was looking at the word same. That's why I said name.
How are you?
One seasonal server for each, for fresh content pushes on a phase schedule every 3 months once the final phase comes out. 3 months, then it resets into a fresh with your tunes being transferred to the mega server. Interesting. That one's interesting. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. It's just that, like, when you say, like, a phase schedule, like, are you talking about, like, each phase is 3 months long? But, like, an indeterminate amount of phases? Because I was going to say, if it's only fresh for 3 months, like, what the fuck can you do in 3 months? You know what I'm saying? I guess you're sort of more referring to, like, what it was in Season of Discovery, where it was phases. Or Season of Mastery. Yeah, I think banning GDKP was a mistake. I think that was a silly choice on Blizzard's part. I do understand it, but I mean, there's only so much you can do. No, like in the classic re-release phase, one is MC plus Oni. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Do you think 6 phases is too much? I didn't hate the phase schedule. I didn't hate it last time. Like the way it was originally in 2019 for their release of Classic. But it might be a little too long for some people. That's what she said. Okay, 4 phases. Let me keep that there for the time being. Phase 1 only MC, world bosses in all dungeons. Solid. I think they should definitely go back to... I reckon they should like add more world bosses in. Like if you... Maybe not in the ones that are like as they were, but in Classic Plus, add more world bosses. More lore appropriate world bosses. Because I fucking love world bosses, man. That should be good. That should be plenty. Phase 2 PvP ranking, Darkmoon Fair, Blackwing Lair, LBG, Zelgrab. Yeah, okay. Phase 4 Nax, obviously, yeah. The goated phase. I do admire how much thought you've given this, though. Phase 4 somehow. No, that makes sense. All content is on a 3-month phase schedule, basically. Yeah, you said that. And I guess for Classic Plus, you could do it a little differently if Blizzard released new raids, new content in that regard. Like you could alter it, you could deviate from it a little bit if it's an entirely new thing, you know? PV 6179. Phase 1 Nax, Eye of Eternity, Obsidian Sanctum, Phase 2 OctoWoW Trial, Oni, ICC Ruby Sanctum, ICC Heroic. Ah! You're splitting up ICC and ICC Heroic. Interesting. I don't hate it. So in Octo, like the 1.18 phase right now, you can only get up to 75% in the under the tent now. So it's like just a chill time. Merge TWoW into Season of Discovery. 8 new phases progressing forward. Ooh, bold. Would you keep pretty much all of TurtleWow's content though? Like, would you make an effort to keep everything that those devs have done? Would you hire from? Would you like look into hiring from like the TWoW team? Let's just say, for the sake of argument, the TurtleWoW team was like a fully fledged game development studio. Would you introduce them into the mix, the classic mix? I'd remix the rune system into a glyph system. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Fuck the runes off. It was okay, but it wasn't that big of a change. It was actually pretty underwhelming. Would you take any of the TurtleWoW development team and incorporate them into Blizzard proper? Okay, we're at 75. The graphic dudes. No one that was doing the quests, only the people doing the graphics, the ones who built the new raids, dungeons and zones. You've got to admit that they were done so well and they were incorporated into the world with so effortlessly that it felt like they were there all along. Easier said than done regarding the balancing, brother. But I admire where your heart is at. I wanted Titan's grip on Warrior, so did. So you could dual wield 2 hands. Okay, is this a main hand? Yeah, it's a fucking main hand as well. Yeah, Baylor is in the lore. I'm just saying that like the way the TurtleWoW team has done everything is effortless. Like they'd done it in such an expert way. That guy's name is Illidan. What the fuck? Absolutely goated. I would not add new instance content, Outlands, Northrend, because it breaks apart the world that is already established. No, I totally agree with that. I wouldn't add anything like that. Well, here's the thing. If you add fucking Northrend or Outlands, you're not doing classic anymore. That's the whole thing about Classic Plus is that it's classic without the expansions. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what happens if Blizzard had have continued classic without the expansions? I'd also added a new PvP event like the King of the Hill at Blackrock Mountain. Would you retain like in if you had your druthers in an ideal world and you were developing it Classic Plus for Blizzard, would you retain World PvP or would you try and deviate away from that? I completely agree. The worst thing they ever did was de-emphasize World PvP. Alliance home. Objectives are the 3 towers in SCV. If you own one home OBJ, you get 3.3% defender buff, stacking to 10% for everyone on the continent of the Eastern Kingdom. I think 3.3% increased that would be sick. Port home objectives, 3 towers in the Barrens, same thing if an alliance captures an alliance, or all alliance on Kellenberg will get 3.3% more AP and SB. Vice versa for Horde and STV. No, it makes sense. I like your ideas. I think they would work. For the most part. See, what I would want is I would just want Classic Plus, the official Classic Plus, to literally just be total WoW. So what I want is kind of a moot point. World buffs trigger in all cities, and all cities have Oni head on a pike to show when it's up or down. If Oni head is on the pike, then you track when you go back to a major city again. Great idea. That's the way it should always be, honestly. If you're in any of the capitals when it pops, you get it. Ooh. Solid bit of XP right there. Now, where's this other quest? Places to get Oni, Ren, Nef for allies, SFIF, Dawn, and Theramore. Theramore! Incorporating Theramore into the game. Fucking excellent idea. Oh, holy shit.
Be good.
I don't think I can solo one of them though. Horde places, Org, TB, Undercity, and maybe Badlands?
Hey, yeah.
What about like Ratchet and Booty Bay?
You got my attention.
Okay, we're gonna have to do that one tomorrow, I reckon. I don't play Horde much. Any other meta places down south for a Horde to get world buff? All 4 Goblin villages have a new world buff for the pirate raid. Huh. I guess we could... Angora, Tanaris. Would you do Stoned maybe? Alliance get Theramore. Horde get Stoned? No, sorry, not Stoned. Brackamore Village. Love the idea of the pirate raids though, holy shit. Alright. Just want to see if they've fixed the... Now I wonder if that is quicker than... Aspect of the Cheetah. I think that's... Yeah, all raids give the coins you get from SOD, but there's new toy vendors on a cycling stock of new toys every week. Copy paste a bunch of toys from retail I'm not mad at. Of course, go through them and test them and shit. Yeah, I would personally keep retail as far a fucking way from classic as possible, but if it's cosmetic shit, like, see, the reason why I like fucking classic is the art style, the design language, everything in the game as it looks. Like, the appeal, I suppose, of classic plus is that you get new content, but it's visually still the same. So you want to maintain an artistic cohesion here. You don't want to incorporate a bunch of, like, unless you like deep, like make the graphics worse somehow, like you make them visually more appropriate to the classic aesthetic. 6 new PvP ranks on a secret achievement things. Achievements would be cool. I wouldn't hate achievements being put in the game. Would not hate that at all, honestly. Or the Alliance, vice versa.
Looking for something specific?
The last thing I bought from Blizzard was Diablo 2 Resurrected. They're not getting anything else from me. I think that may have been the last thing I bought. Oh, no, I did buy the last... I did buy The War Within. I must admit, I did buy The War Within. Oh, Blackrock Mountain for a total collective time of 30 days. Hectic. That's like high stakes shit then. Alrighty guys, I'm gonna have to end the stream there. I'm gonna organize some dinner. I'm pretty hungry. I didn't really have a proper lunch or anything like that, but I will most likely be streaming at my regular time, doing my regular stream tomorrow. If not, I will post on the Discord. I'm gonna post the Discord in the fucking chat again for anybody that's not part of it, to stay up to date with the stream schedule and whatnot. So that's the Discord. Capture 5,000 towers in open world. Yeah, I've just added the Discord there. I'm also over on Twitch at Matty Demise. You can follow me there, or you can follow me on YouTube. I've got no, whatever works best for everyone involved. Thank you so much for hanging out, everyone. I will see you most likely tomorrow, and until the next time, we'll actually try and get some dungeons done and shit. My power went out, so it ruined the flow of the stream. But it is what it is. Take care, everyone. I'll catch you guys later.